Hello and welcome. In this video, we will discover 9 body language hacks that will change how people see you. According to most psychological research, your body's communication has more of an impact in communicating your feelings and attitudes than all the other forms of communication put together. This means that if you want to transmit a certain attitude, you'll need to focus on your body language more than anything else. So, for example, if you want to demonstrate confidence, you need primarily to discover what confident body language looks like, and then apply this knowledge. Learning how to use body language effectively will not only transform your communication, but given the power of proper communication, it can transform all areas of your life, from your social life to your relationship to your career. The challenge is that there is no single type of effective body language. Depending on the emotions and attitudes you want to communicate, one type of body language may work better than another type. If you aim to show that you're relaxed, then you want to stand up straight, but not too straight. If you aim to show dominance, then you do want to stand up as straight as possible and really push your chest forward. Sometimes, subtle changes in your body language can significantly change the message you're putting across. So, it's critical to figure out precisely what attitude you want to project, and then master the kind of nonverbal communication that projects that attitude. This being said, there are certain types of body signals that are frequently good, and it's an excellent idea to incorporate them into your nonverbal communication in a voluntary way. Smiling is almost always a positive sign, and you want to be smiling a lot. You also want to hold good eye contact. Try to look at the person you're talking with about 2/3 of the time for the best effect. In addition, an open posture works wonders in most social situations. Don't cross your hands, and don't keep them in your pockets. Keep them visible and in an open position. More than anything else, learning how to use body language effectively is a matter of experimenting, seeing what works, and then implementing it in the long term. It takes time and patience, but you'll become a master of nonverbal communication. Here are 9 body language hacks that can be tricky to master, but will pay off forever once you do. Just before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download your free book to change your life by clicking on the link in the description below the video. 1. Mirror the person you're speaking to. Mirroring or aligning your body to match the position of whoever you're speaking to can be a tough skill to master, but doing it shows admiration and agreement. It can be hard to do this subtly without looking like you're mimicking or mocking someone, but it's a good trick to employ if you're trying to make a good impression. Always look at someone directly in their eyes when they are speaking to you. This may seem difficult at first, but it's definitely the #1 body language ingredient to make you successful when interacting with others. Note: don't ever stare at someone. 2. Walk with purpose and energy. Not everyone walks with confidence. Some of us shuffle through life with a slumping, awkward gait. And it can be tough to change the way we walk. But if you take some steps to improve it, you can help to ensure that people don't make snap judgments about your confidence, attractiveness, and trustworthiness, according to Scientific American. 3. Maintain good eye contact. Strong eye contact is probably the single greatest indicator of confidence. It's all in the eyes. People with a shaky gaze often come across as anxious, distracted, or dishonest. It can be tough to master the skill of maintaining eye contact since it's an uncomfortable and unnatural thing for some people. But it's a practice that can help you immediately in life. Luckily, there are some simple techniques for maintaining better eye contact if you feel your stare isn't cutting it. You should pretend your eyes are glued to your conversation partners with sticky, warm taffy. Once you master this trick, you'll immediately see an improvement in your face-to-face communications with others. Dedicate all of your attention to the person you are speaking with. Do not constantly look around as if you are uncomfortable or not interested. 4. Keep your hands visible. It's hard to know what to do with your hands sometimes, especially if you're a somewhat nervous person. As a result, you might take to compulsively jamming them in your pockets or crossing your arms. Those moves are understandable, but they also project a somewhat negative image. As Business Insider recently reported, it's important to keep your hands visible, lest you look like you're hiding something. Invite people in and allow them to trust you by using more open body language. Avoid positions that make you appear defensive, even if that's how you're feeling. Make sure your hands are always visible, never hiding. Putting your hands in your pockets is one of the worst things you can do if you want to appear confident. We hide our hands when we're nervous, so putting your hands in your pockets sends a message that you're uncomfortable or uncertain. Crossing your arms has a similar negative effect, making you appear closed off and unreceptive. Gesturing with your palms up gives the illusion of honesty, and this will make you appear more confident. Aim for broad, smooth motions, which will show composure and poise. 5. Sit up straight. Your parents were right to constantly bark at you to adjust your terrible posture when you were a moody teen. If you lounge back in your chair, recruiters interpret it as a sign of your disinterest in the open position, or that you're not taking the interview seriously, neither of which will help you land the job. In addition, slumping over in the chair can indicate a lack of confidence. Instead, you should sit as if there were a string tied from the top of your head to the ceiling. Sitting up straight is seen as a sign of intelligence, confidence, and credibility. Always stand up straight. You never want to slouch. Not only does this make you appear shorter, but it projects an image of someone who has low self-esteem. Anyone with bad posture can tell you that correcting your slouch is not always easy, but it's worth it in the long run. Roll both shoulders back and avoid looking tense by allowing your upper body muscles to relax while maintaining firmness in your core. Also, do you look at the ground when you are walking? Is your head always down? Instead, walk with your head up and your eyes looking forward. It might feel unnatural at first, but eventually you will become used to this more confident pose. 7. Slow down. Whew, that was hard. Okay, when you're nervous, it can be easy to speed up everything, including your speech and movements. However, it's far better to try to slow things down. When we have precision in our movements, it's more powerful than simply doing something for the sake of the action. Our own brains know it, and the brains of everyone else knows it too. So, take a deep breath, slow down, and be more deliberate about your movements at your next meeting. You'll look far more confident and competent. 8. Plant your feet in an open, wide stance. You may think no one is looking at your feet, but the correct stance can demonstrate confidence. Standing with your feet too close together can make you appear timid. As a general rule of thumb, aim for a stance that's in line with your hips and shoulders. You want to have your feet about a foot apart, pointing outward. A confident person literally has 2 feet firmly planted on the ground. You're more balanced physically, and it shows more confidence than if your legs are crossed or together. Also, keep in mind the difference between an open and closed stance when talking to someone. Angling your feet outward and in the direction of the person you're speaking with shows interest, trust, and receptiveness, while a closed stance can convey disinterest. 9. Be interested, not interesting. The best piece of advice for people who want to appear more confident is to focus on the people they're engaged with, rather than worrying about how others perceive them. The bottom line is, be interested, not interesting. Be more focused on the other person and what message is being communicated than focused on yourself and your self-consciousness. It's very possible to make people think you're more confident than you actually are through body language. As you act, so you become. As you change your body language, so you become. Body language is a part of communication that very few actually study. Yet it makes up most of what we use to communicate and is generally much more accurate a judge of meaning than are the words we use. I'm going to share some reasons why body language is so important and then give you a very short quiz to take to see how well you understand its meaning. They say actions speak louder than words, and sometimes we can communicate things even without the aid of a single word. We can shrug our shoulders, and without a word, we've just said, "I don't know." We can raise our eyebrows, and we've just said, "Excuse me? Did I hear you right?" We can turn our hands over palms up in front of us to say, "I don't know what else to say. That's all I've got." And we can point to our nose to indicate that the other person's got it right. Some of the things we say with our bodies can help us reinforce why we are saying it. Simply saying, "I don't know," has got nothing on adding the following gestures. We can turn our hands over face up in front of us as we raise our eyebrows and invert our smile while we stick our bottom lip slightly out and look to the side. Now we've also made someone laugh and perhaps taken a bit of the pressure off ourselves or the other person who was a bit nervous about not knowing whatever it was we didn't know. Furthermore, paying attention to someone's body language can help us discern when someone is not telling us the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Here are a few signs that someone might be lying. Often a person who is not telling the truth, or all of the truth, will not want to make eye contact for fear the eyes are the windows to the lying souls. However, there are also other signs of lying. A person who isn't telling the whole truth may clear their throat, stammer, or change their pitch as if to try and sway your attention away from their lie or in order to stall so they may have time to think up a valid answer or a plausible explanation. Additionally, foot tapping or bouncing, putting their hand to their face, or raising their shoulders may all be indicators that they are uncomfortable with the conversation because they are not telling the truth. Another important function of body language is to express our feelings about what we are discussing. Body language can help us determine how someone feels about what they are saying. For example, a person may tell her boss that she would be happy to take the account, but her body language might indicate that she is actually not at all happy about it. This can be an important tidbit that can help a manager determine who is the best person to handle this assignment. If her heart isn't in it, she may do an adequate job when another employee might turn this small job into a lifelong client. Body language may be the determining factor in a job interview. If the applicant's body language conveys that he is at ease with the subject matter and conveys confidence, he has a higher probability of getting a job, especially in this tough job market. We talked earlier about the fact that some body language is interpreted as being uncomfortable and out of control. These are some of the same traits that make a job applicant appear less than confident and comfortable as well. In a friendship, one's body language can indicate that someone is paying attention or doesn't really care about what the other person is saying. Leaning forward into the conversation indicates that this person is interested in hearing what the other person is saying. Leaning back would indicate that he was disinterested or felt himself superior. Leaning forward and standing close while talking may indicate that someone is aggressively trying to persuade the other person or trying to dominate the conversation. Listening to someone while not making eye contact indicates that you are not really paying attention, but are waiting for your chance to speak. This gives your friend the feeling that you don't really care about them and what they have to say, and may cause them not to listen carefully to you when it is your turn to speak in the conversation. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. And let me put in here a little personal note that's not in my script, okay? When you watch these videos, you're seeing a lot of hard work from a lot of people around the world working together to make this happen. I'm not the guy coming up with these ideas. I'm just the guy who's lucky enough to read the script. We have a script writer, we have a director, we have an artist, a video artist who puts it all together, and they're doing all this hard work so that you can have these tips and tricks for free. So when you have a chance, share this video out on your Facebook or Twitter or Baidu or whatever it is you have, and make sure that other people know that they can get a lot of good advice and great tips in short, little bite-sized videos. You are also free, and again this is free, to receive the new book, 7 Secrets to Change Your Life Now, by clicking on the link in the description below the video. Good luck!